Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman. Today you're going to be taking the interval challenge. Are you ready? Good. Let's come to the grand staff. Before we take the challenge, let's review what an interval is. An interval is the distance between two notes on the staff or on the piano keys. To measure an interval, we count starting from the first note. First, second. So this interval would be a second, and it's the same on the staff. First, second, the interval of a second. This interval would be a third, here on the piano and here on the staff. Notice that when we're the interval of a second, we're going from a line to a space note. When it's a third, we'll always go from a line to a line, or it's also possible to go from a space to be the interval of a third. Now remember, we had a third a second ago. What interval would this be? If you said a fourth, you're correct. Now we're going the distance of 4 notes. And then what about this? That's right, it's a fifth. This is the distance of 5 notes, just enough to play or to cover a pentascale here on the keyboard and to go from do to so on the staff. Now let's play an interval challenge. I'm going to place this red note, which represents today the upper note in our interval. And I'd like you to, whenever you see the interval, to say the name of the interval out loud and then point on your screen where the red note should fall on your piano using the interval as a measure. Let's try the first one together for practice. So when I draw this, first name the interval. If you said a third, you're correct. Then try to find it on your piano. Point to where the red note should go. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. All right, let's try another interval challenge. First, name the interval. If you said fifth, you're correct. Now point to it on the piano. Here's the correct answer. Name the interval. If you said second, you're correct. Now point on the piano. There's the answer. Here's the next one. Name the interval. If you said fourth, you're correct. Now point to the piano. This would be a fourth above middle C. All right, now let's change things up. Now I'm going to give you the top note of the interval, which I'll represent with this red note head, and we'll do intervals going down. First name the interval, then point to where the blue note should go on the piano. Name the interval. If you said fourth, you're correct. Now point on the piano. Here's the answer. Name the interval. If you said third, you're correct. Now point on the piano. There's the answer. Name the interval. If you said fifth, you're correct. Now find it on the piano. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. Now let's do some intervals down in the bass clef. I've placed this blue note head on bass C. You're on space 2 of the bass clef. And I've got this blue note on the piano, also on bass C. Can you name this interval? If you said third, you're correct. Now point on your piano where the red note should go. If you're pointing here, you're correct. Let's try another one. What interval do you see now? If you said a fifth, you're correct. Point to it on the piano. The red note goes here. Name the interval. If you said second, you're correct. Now point on your piano. Here's the answer. What interval is this? If you said fourth, you're correct. Now point on your piano. If you're pointing here, you're correct. C to F is a fourth. Now we're going to shake things up and start with the top note again. So I've placed this red note on G, a step above bass F, with a G also on my piano. Now we're going to find the lower note. Can you name this interval? If you said a fifth, you're correct. A fifth is kind of like a double skip. We skip down to the space, down to one space lower. That makes a fifth. Here we are, we've skipped down, then we skip down. So the correct answer is here for your piano. Here's the next one. Can you name that interval? If you said a fourth, you're correct. Now point on your piano. The correct answer is here. G to D is a fourth. Now here's one for you. This is an interval we haven't had yet. Can you figure it out? If you said sixth, you're correct. Starting here on G, we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes are spanned by a sixth. So on your piano, be one more than a fifth. So here we have from G all the way down to B. Tell me what interval you see now. If you said a second, you're correct. Now point on your piano. If you're pointing here, you're correct. G to F is a second. Another name for a step. Okay, you're ready for the final level of the interval challenge. This time, I'm actually going to show you 2 additional notes, and you'll have to say both intervals like this. This one's for practice. If I go like this, and then this, then you have to say up a fourth, down a third. And then show me on the piano over here, in order, up a fourth, point to this note, the red one, then down a third, point to the purple note. Okay, I helped you with that one. Now it's your turn. The order will go blue, red, purple. Name each interval. And we're starting on a step above ground G, which would be A. First, name the intervals. If you said up a fifth, down a third, you're correct. Now, point on your piano. Starting on blue, point to the next note. If you're pointing here, you're correct. Now point to the purple. If you're pointing here, you're correct. We start on blue, we went up a fifth, down a third. Here's your next one. Name the intervals. The correct answer is up a second, then from red to purple is up a fourth. Now point on your piano. Point to the red. Up a second would be just a step up, and then point to the purple. If you're pointing here, you're correct. We went up a second, then up a fourth. Okay, here's the next one. Name the intervals. If you said up a sixth, down a sixth, you're correct. Now, point on your piano. Where's up a sixth? If you're pointing here, you're correct. Now, where's down a sixth? If you're pointing here, you're correct. It takes you right back to where you started. Can you name the intervals? If you said up a fourth, down a second, you're correct. Now, point on your piano. Where's up a fourth? If you're pointing here, you're correct. Now, where's down a second? If you're pointing here, you're correct. And last one. Can you name the intervals, starting with the blue? you said up a third, down a fourth, you're correct. Now point to the red on the piano. If you're pointing here, you're correct. And then down a fourth, that would take you here. A, C, G. Great job taking the interval challenge. If you want even more practice with intervals, you can download the complete materials for this unit from our website. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Hey, Scuba, want to play Princess Says?
I don't know. What's Princess Says?
Well, it's just like Simon Says, except I say it.
Oh, well, okay, I'll give it a try.
Good, okay. Princess says, go up a third.
Up a third. I'm on A, up a third, C.
Princess says, go down a fourth.
Down a fourth. All right.
Go up a second.
Up a second.
Oh, I didn't say Princess Says.
Oh, you got me. Okay, now it's my turn.
All right.
Let's see. Scuba says, go.
It's supposed to be Princess Says.
What? But I'm Scuba.
That's how the game goes.
It's going to feel a little awkward saying Princess Says.
Okay, you can say Scuba Says.
All right, thank you. Now, Scuba says go down a sixth.
Down a sixth. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
4, 5, 6.
Scuba says go up a 68th.
A 68th?
Scuba says.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Doing great. Keep going. I think I'll have time for a little snack.
39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. What? Hey, Scuba! I can't even get to a 68th. This piano doesn't go